Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill, and I hope you are ready for quite a game with a Kafir. You know the score is going to be good. I know the score is going to be good. And the gentleman who uploaded this replay, he called it the most boring battle ever. You know what? We are going to be judge of that. How about that? Now, Hirschkäfer is a tier 11 grille or tank destroyer, right? Oh, the battle started great, it's already entertaining. Trying to reach position whenever your teammate is blocking you or pushing you. That sounds very, very good. Now, what is the superpower of this tank? The superpower of this tank is whenever you are doing nothing in the game, after you finish reloading, you are heating your gun and you are getting, instead of 550 alpha damage, 800 alpha damage. That is a superpower, but the thing is the DPM. Oh, Leo, he knows exactly what he is doing. Watch this, Leo, fellas. He actually used the high explosives to knock the tree down. That is very, very good. Not many people know that trick, and this is impressive. Very, very good. Good for him, honestly. Good for him. Meanwhile, our hero of the day, Gladiator, almost Gladiator, but it's Gladiator. Interesting, nice name. He is enjoying himself near the red line and he is heating his shell. He is heating his shell. By the way, just to highlight one thing for you is that this guy is playing with a stock grille, okay? It is not a top tank, and the main reason why do I say so, or I supposed to say stock tier 11, because he doesn't have the number next to his name, okay? Whenever you do not have a number next to the name, you know that this vehicle is stock pretty much, right? That means it can be a bit weaker than other vehicles out there, but you know, it is all right. It's good thing that he can see the way that there is a way to say if the tank top or the tank is stock. Beautiful. One more extra bit from the Hirschkäfer, or I supposed to say tier 11 grille, is that this vehicle is ammo racking the tanks whenever you heated your gun to the maximum, right? And whenever the tank has less hit points than you have alpha damage. That basically means if you heated your gun properly and someone has below 800 hit points, you will always ammo rack the tank, you know? It's like extra effect, if you will, right? That's all there is to say. Meanwhile, sitting next to the red line and trying to beat the living crap out of every and each gentleman out there, that is a good thing. Everything is completely fine. Everything is okay. This is exactly what you are getting whenever you are playing with a Hirschkäfer. There is nothing to worry about. It just how it is, just how it works, right? That's all there is to say. Meanwhile, all you want whenever you play with a tank like this is you want to see enemy team constantly making mistakes, right? If you don't have constant shots, it's okay because you can hit your shell. If you have a constant shells, you should not think about heating your gun whatsoever. It is completely unnecessary. It is completely irrelevant. You heat those or you do not heat those, okay? That is important thing to highlight. Meanwhile, the side shot to the E5, that wasn't the best shot, especially whenever our gentleman is shooting the hit, so that was just a bad shot, but that's okay. Everything is fine. Everything is Gucci. The situation doesn't look the finest for his team, I must admit that, because his team is making pressure through the open field and losing the battle already by casual 5,000 hit points. Plus, on top of that, if enemies have a spotter sitting somewhere here or even somewhere around this area, every and each gentleman that is making pressure, they will take one for the team. Now, believe me or not, what is happening here, whenever this Type 5 here is making pressure up front for this team, the Type 5 here got hit by the plane. The Type 5 Heavy got hit by the plane, so he died instantly. The score is even worse, and I love the Grilly reaction, lol. LOL. Yeah, I know, right? I know, that is fair play. So situation became even worse. Oh, yop, tararai. 1 to 4 score minus 10,000 hit points on the dot. But you know what? I do not know, would you agree or would you disagree with me that the best games for tank destroyers are the ones whenever your team is kind of losing the game and after that enemies are making a hardcore pressure. Those are the best games for the triangles, 100%. It doesn't happen too often, but whenever it happens, it is great. The best aim for the mouse lover played here, considering that he was almost in the same position, but honestly, enemies are feeling so comfortable at this point in time that they are just simply making pressure like there is no tomorrow, literally. There is nothing to worry about for the enemy team, and they are just, they're just making pressure. So whenever you are winning by 9,000 HP, right, there is no need not to be aggressive, right? Meanwhile, our hero of the day, Gladiator, is slapping those mouses like there is no tomorrow. Beautiful aim, beautiful penetration, very, very nice. Still, his team is sitting in the big poo-poo hole, if you would ask me. Still, they are losing the game by humongous margin, and I'm quite curious. You know that, and I know that this game is going to be good, the damage-wise, right? There is no doubts in our minds whatsoever. I'm just quite curious how is he going to pull this off, That is the most important thing. Meanwhile, beautiful angle to the Mr. Badger, good penetration, 800 in the face, very, very nice. And he's using this bush nicely as well. I need to give him a credit for that. Obviously, full gold spam over there, not a big surprise, and he chose to hit his shell instead of going for a key R1, and after he hit it a bit, mouse made a mistake and he punished the mouse. Oh man, this is a practice shooting. This is a practice shooting, honestly. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If I would be in his place, I would be clapping with my hands and with my butt cheeks in the same time, looking into this situation and how the things are looking like. Favai is spotted. Beautiful. Gladiator noticed that and he is going for a side shot. Beautiful. 700 in the side. Very, very nice. 7,000 damage dealt so far. And once again, whenever you play with the tanks like this, you want to see your team being weak. Beautiful shot. You want to see your team being weak, and you want to see your team making one for the team. That's all you want to see, and that's all you want to do in this game, honestly. This is exactly what you need, and this is exactly what you are looking for. Very, very good. Come on. Leopard 50B makes some silly goose mistakes. Come on. Meanwhile, KR1 is making pressure through the middle of the field. Beautiful. Now the question is, does he have good enough angle? Imbleddable. He should have an angle on Imbleddable. Aim, 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 aim. You got this, you got this, you got this. Nice. 800 for Mr. Imbleddable. And as you can see, enemy platoon is trying to make quite a bit of the pressure. But fellas, did you notice how quickly the sides turned from 10,000 hit points advantage to kind of lose the game by the amount of the hit points? This is absolutely insanity. And honestly, the Hirschkäfer is a big part of all of this because he's punishing every and each guy who is trying to make tiniest pressure over there. Meanwhile, beautiful angle. He should be able to penetrate it. He did. And he's hitting solid 10,000 damage, which is absolutely amazing. Can he eliminate the Mr. KR1? This is the question. He's loading high explosive ammunition and he is missing it. Ay. But that was a good call. That was a very, very good call. Honestly, Gladiator, you definitely deserve a kind words for this. Extremely smart play. Beautiful. Congratulations. Very, very nice. Meanwhile, there is still quite a lot of meat left into the game. There is still whole middle. There is a Grilla sitting somewhere in the back, right? And there is, well, there was E5 who took one for the team. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Very, very nice. man, what this gentleman with a Käfer is doing, then, you know, whenever you are seeing the game like this, you are feeling like, oh my bananas, this is actually, it looks like it would be pretty fine tank, but in reality, you know, it is questionable. It is questionable thing, right? It is questionable thing indeed. Anyways, all he needs to do now is he needs to either wait until someone will make a mistake like this 50B did, beautiful shot, or alternatively to make a bit of pressure together with E5 for this Grille, because this Grille is definitely sitting somewhere near the red line, isn't he? Good. So far, looking into this, apart maybe misaiming one shot, I would say that Gladiator did a very, very good job and he played very, very well. Meanwhile, he's trying to search for the angle to shoot the guy, or I supposed to say he's searching for the right pixel to shoot, which he found towards the button. That's very good, Grille relocated. Okay, if I would be in his position, it would be give me a green light to make pressure up front. And he is paying attention to the map, he's paying attention to the tanks, that's great. All he needs to do, he needs to take this position over there, and after that, rest is history. He can slap the Grille, he can slap the Käfer, he can slap the mouse. All he needs to do, he needs to relocate. Very, very nice. This is a very solid player. And even though mouse is spotting him, I don't really think it makes any difference whatsoever, because it doesn't really matter. All he cares about is to get unlit at this point in time, and maybe probably I would stop here or alternatively here, and I would just simply, yep, he's doing very, very well. And all I would try to do, I would try to slap the mouse, or alternatively I would try to slap the other gentleman. He loaded the heat, he doesn't even wait until he will hit his shell. Also, one more disappointing factor about the Hirschkäfer is that unfortunately, but whenever you are switching the ammunition type, you are losing your heated ammo power, you know, which is kind of sad if you would ask me. But either way, it is how it is. Meanwhile, he's trying to get some vision. Vision is unnecessary whenever there is a free tank on the side. Beautiful, very, very nice. So now, Grille and Hirschkäfer needs to die. Now the question is, are they smart and did they relocate to the other side of the rails? Or are they a bit special and they are still sitting here and hoping that no one will spot them? This is the question. Double bushing, beautiful. Beautiful, he's using the bush mechanics to the best of his ability. It is not a bad player, fellas. I can guarantee you that. It is not a bad player. Meanwhile, bonus ammo rack for purely for fun, right? Very, very nice. Grille is spotted in the open field. He is slapping Grille for 600. Very, very good. And last but not least, there is a Leo one somewhere in the field, and he slapped our Leo. So that means I would bet that he is sitting in this position over there, right? Easy peasy lemon squeeze. And now all he needs to do, he needs to spot him and he needs to shut him down. Or alternatively, all he needs to do, he needs to just simply cap the base. But capping is not the best choice in this type of situation, at least in my opinion. Now, if enemy Leopard 1 would be good, he would be already spotting the Hirschkäfer. Luckily for a Hirschkäfer, Leo is making a mistake while trying to relocate, and he's officially dead. Beautiful. I do not know what are you talking about, Mr. Gladiator, but I would say that your performance is solid banana out of 10 and there is nothing boring about that. Meanwhile, most boring 13,500 ever. You know what? You're just flexing with your knowledge, just saying. Beautiful score overall and beautiful performance, 13,500 damage, 1,400 experience. Or close to 1,500 experience with a tier 11, it's pretty huge. He made quite a bit of the profits, right? And he hit most of his shots from the 28 hits, 26 directs and 24 penetrations, right? Overall, very, very beautiful performance, and he did a very good job. Although, I still think that there are significantly better tier 11s and this vehicle feels kind of lackluster. But as you can see, whenever it works, right? Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I very much appreciate you and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.